Hello everyone, welcome to the latest episode of Score Settled. And this time we are going to introduce you to some very easy questions from statistics which may seem very difficult at first, but they're very easy to solve, right? So let's just give you a hang of it actually, right? So let's start. Now, in the first question, it is given that x mean is equal to 32 and y mean is given as 38. Now regression coefficients are given as bxy is equal to this minus 0.2337 and byx is given as minus 0.6643. Now what we have to find is the equation of the line of regression of y on x. Now, don't be scared from such questions. Okay, so what you need to do is because we have to find the regression equation of y on x and we know the format of it, that is y minus y mean is equal to byx multiplied by x minus x mean. All we have to do is we have to substitute the values. Y mean value is given to us as 38. So we'll do y minus 38 is equal to byx is given as minus 0.6643. So minus 0.6643 multiplied by x minus x mean, which is given as 32. We've simply substituted the values that are already given to us. All you have to do is that all you need to remember is that this is the format of the equation. Similarly, a regression equation of x on y will be x minus x mean is equal to bxy multiplied by y minus y mean. But we'll stick to what is asked in the question. Okay, so when we solve this, you will be having your calculators with you. So don't be scared. So when we solve this, we come out with y minus 0.6643x, right, plus 59.2576. Okay, so your fourth is the right answer in this case. So wasn't that simple? Very simple, I suppose. All you have to remember is the format of these equations. Okay, so this is y on x and this is x on y. Okay, right? Next question. If u is given as 6x square plus y square and the equation given to us is 4x minus y is equal to 1, we have to calculate the value of u from it. So first thing that you need to know is that you have to represent one variable in the form of another. So the simplest thing that we can figure out is that y is equal to 4x minus 1. Correct? Okay, now when we have this value of y in terms of x, we can substitute this value in our u equation. So we can say that u is equal to 6x square plus 4x minus 1 the whole square. Isn't it true? Right? Now solving this equation, we get 6x square plus 16x square minus 8x plus 1. Isn't that true? Right? Let's solve this. This is 22x square minus 8x plus 1. This is the equation of u that we've got. Okay, now first thing that you need to know is that always, whether it is the case of maximization or minimization, we calculate du by dx and equate it with 0. This is the same strategy that we have to adopt here. So we'll differentiate this equation with respect to x. So du by dx will be equal to 44x minus 8. And when we equate it with 0, we get x is equal to 8 by 44 or simply 2 by 11. This is our x that we've got the value of x. Now when we substitute this value of x in our utility function, because ultimate objective is to find u, right? So we get u is equal to 22 into 2 by 11 the whole square. I'm using this equation, okay? Minus 8 into 2 by 11 plus 1. Okay, when we solve this, we get u is equal to 3 by 11. So some of you would go on with, let's find the value of y and then calculate u. Why waste time when they've simply asked you the value of u? Why not just go with it? Why don't you substitute the value of x here? Okay, so the answer is 3 by 11 in this case. Okay, so time is very much valuable here, right? So don't go for a lengthy thing. Just see what you are asked and just focus on that. Okay. Now, next question. Integrate x plus 3 upon x plus 5 dx. Okay. Now, one thing is that you need to be very comfortable with these integration roots, right? So, let's just solve this equation in the simplest way that is possible for us. So, we have to integrate x plus 3 by x plus 5 dx. Okay. Now, we can formulate this as x plus 5 minus 2 divided by x plus 5 dx. Can't we do that? Right? Now we can separate the numerator. We can write it as x plus 5 upon x plus 5 minus 2 by x plus 5 dx. We can do that. Cancel it out. Right? So we can do 1 minus 2 by x plus 5 dx. Isn't it? We can separate this. We can say integration of 1 dx minus 2 integration of 1 by x plus 5 dx. Isn't it? Then now integrating it, it becomes easy. We get x minus 2 log of x plus 5 plus c. Isn't it? Wasn't that very simple? Right? So you just need to know the hack behind this. Okay, so the answer is 4 in this case. Okay, so this was very simple. It seems to be very difficult at first, and people who don't, they're not very comfortable with integration, they might get very scared from it. Basic rules we know is constant integration is x and so on, right? That's all usually students know, right? But you can always, the best part about mathematics is you can always play with numbers. Okay, so what we have done is that we have just modified this numerator to make our job easier. Okay, answer would come the same way. Okay, next question. Now, if u is given as x plus 2 into y plus 1, px is given as 4, py is given as 6, and the budget is given as 130, find the optimum level of purchases of x and y. This is the utility function that we have. Now what we'll do here is that we'll just solve this first. Okay, so u is given as your, after solving xy, open the brackets, I mean xy plus x plus 2y plus 2. Okay, and what we have to find is the optimum levels of x star and y star. Now we know that optimum levels are attained where marginal utility of x upon marginal utility of y is equal to px upon py, right? This is the equilibrium equation that we have. Okay, so let's find marginal utility of x first. So du by dx is y plus 1, right? Rest are treated as constant, and muy is given as x plus 2. Okay, now substituting these values here, we get y plus 1 upon x plus 2 is equal to px is 4 and py is 6. We'll just solve this. 6y plus 6 is equal to 4x plus 8, right? And we have 6y is equal to 4x plus 2. This is one equation, optimal equation that we've got. The optimal combination that can be attained, equilibrium level. Okay. Next information that is given to us is that your budget is 130. Okay. So we can build a budget line. Okay. So we can build a budget line like x into price of x is 4 plus 6 y into price of y is 6 is equal to 130. Just simplify it. We get 6y is equal to 130 minus 4x. Isn't it? 6y common here, 6y common here. So why don't we substitute this value here? Right? So 130 minus 4x is equal to 4x plus 2. Okay, so 128 is equal to 8x, isn't it? And x will be equal to 128 by 8. So you can say 32 and 16, isn't it? So x is given as optimal level of x is 16. Now, I'll just jump to the question options that are given, right? There is only one 16 that is here. So straight away I can say that 4 is my answer. But still, we tend to reconfirm. So I'll substitute this value 6y is equal to 4 into 16 plus 2. Okay. So 4 into 16 plus 2, we get 4 6 are 24, 2 64 plus 2. That is 66 is equal to 6y. So y is equal to 11. So we were right earlier. So this is the answer. So you can solve it in this way as well. Okay, when you browse through the internet, there's several methods that are given. But I found this method to be the most comfortable because you can go nicely, you can make no mistakes, easy differentiation involved, no integration, nothing to be confused about. Okay, so I hope this video was very much useful and will make you a little bit comfortable with your statistics, econometrics, and even mathematics. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.